Needs a shoulder to cry on.
Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome if you are new. I'm Cheryl, this is Table Full of Joy, and I'm excited that you're here today. We have a really fun video for you. We've got two sweet treats that my husband absolutely is going to be thrilled with. So we're making some cookies. I found this really great recipe for a butterscotch chocolate chip cookie that just looks incredible. I couldn't resist them, so we're going to make a batch of those for my husband to have in his lunch over the next week. And also, I'm making some homemade Kind bars. If you guys are familiar with the Kind bar brand, they're amazing bars. They can be very expensive, but they are really good. They're very simple ingredients. But I found a mock one on Pinterest when I was searching recipes for different things to make. Showed these to my husband and he loved them. So we made a batch earlier this week, and they turned out okay, but I think I need to tweak it just a hair to make them turn out perfect. But they did work really well. They were really super tasty. I made one little adjustment to it that ended up being phenomenal. We gifted a couple of these to some friends of ours from church, and he went crazy for these bars. So he asked me this morning, he texted me and asked me if I would make him a batch. He's gonna pay me to make him a batch of these bars. Our friend is on a low sodium diet, so finding low sodium granola bars and that kind of stuff in the stores that have good flavor are really hard. Low sodium stuff in the stores, let's face it friends, is horrible. And it's hard to find it because if they take the sodium out, then they add a ton of extra sugar or they add a ton of extra stuff to it. And so it's really hard to find good quality products in the store that don't have a ton of sodium in them or don't have a ton of sugar. And that's not something he wants either. So when I found these and I shared this recipe with him, he was thrilled because it literally has 3 ingredients in these bars. I make them 4 ingredients because I add one extra special touch to them that my husband says sends these things over the top. So our ingredients for these things are unsweetened coconut, dry roasted, lightly salted almonds. And these are not super high in sodium. These only have 55 milligrams to a serving, and a serving is 1 ounce, 27 pieces. And I don't even think you're gonna get a full ounce of almonds in one bar. So I did the math on these and they come in around, for total, they come in around 50 milligrams for everything in the bar, for one bar. The other thing that goes in these is some pure maple syrup. That's our sweetener. And what I do to these to make them my own, this was something I knew my husband would love, and both of them said, which by the way, their both names are Tony. And so they both said that what sends these bars over the top is I dip the bottoms in dark chocolate. This is just pure dark chocolate. It does have 15 milligrams of sodium, but like I said, when you add all of these ingredients together, they are still under 50 milligrams of sodium for a bar. And I'm gonna use, when I did them this last time, I did them in a small glass baking dish. I am actually going to use my Pampered Chef bar makers this time. I think this is gonna make them easier to make, and so easier to put together, easier to hold together. So it comes with a nice little lid on it. This is the bar maker pan. So I'm gonna get my mixture going and I'm gonna put these in here, pack them down. These are oven safe up to 450 degrees. So I'm gonna put them in the oven at 325, which is what you bake these at. And I'm gonna just watch them really, really close. The other thing, let me check it. The other thing that I did to these bars that the directions did not call for is toasting the coconut. To me, toasting coconut just intensifies the flavor of the coconut, and you're not adding any extra ingredients to it. You're just putting it in the oven and you're toasting it simply. So we're not gonna get it too dark because these are gonna go in the oven and they're gonna bake. And so I wanna make sure that they're not gonna get too brown by having the coconut too dark. But I do wanna toast it because I do want that really nutty, toasty flavor for our bars. So let's get the rest of our ingredients mixed up while our coconut's toasting. That way we can add everything together, get it mixed up, and then get these things packed into our bar makers, get them into the oven and let them bake. And these are gonna be amazing, friends. So I have my bowl here. We need, because I'm making a double batch of these bars, we need 2 cups of almonds. The other thing I'm gonna do to these is the original recipe calls to leave the almonds whole. It was fine, but I think, and my husband thinks, that it's gonna be better if we just roughly chop them so that we don't have huge whole pieces in this. So I've got my cutting mat here and I'm gonna go ahead and measure out some of these almonds. I have another bag because this is the leftovers from the last batch of these bars that I made. These are so good, friends. They are so addicting though. They have such great flavor, and I absolutely love that they are very minimal ingredients in these. All right, so I'm gonna just do a half a cup at a time. I'm using my favorite Pampered Chef chopper. And like I said, we're not trying to do, like, I'm not pulverizing these almonds, but I do want to get them just a little bit smaller. Just kind of look at them and see if there's any big pieces. A couple of whole ones are fine. I just think that these are going to hold together easier. They're going to be a little bit easier to eat.
Yeah, let's come together. We'll lift our hands up and pray.
I just think they're going to be a little bit easier to handle, having them chop just a little bit. I was actually thinking about trying this batch of these bars and adding some dried pineapple to them because I love the pineapple coconut almond combination. I think that would be incredible. As you can see, we still have a few whole nuts in here and I'm okay with that, but I like this much better, is having it a little bit smaller. So here is our 2 cups of coconut, and as I said, I just lightly toasted it. I did not want to get all of it dark. I just wanted it a little bit toasted so that it kind of intensifies that coconut flavor. Let's just give these a quick little stir. And I'm going to use my same measuring cup that I was measuring our almonds and stuff in. And I'm going to go ahead and use the part here where you measure your liquid ingredients in this. And I'm going to go ahead and measure out my half cup of maple syrup. I love how simple these bars are. I love that the ingredients are simple. I love that you have the ability to change the recipe if you want to add different things to it. We want to make sure that we get these really well coated with that syrup. I think that was one thing that I probably didn't do real well the last time I made these, was I don't think that I got them coated well enough with the maple syrup so that they had enough to really make them stick together. So it's important to take just a minute and really get these mixed together. Now because I'm doing this in a bar pan, which is pretty shallow, they're probably not going to take the whole 30 to 35 minutes that the recipe says, but we are going to just watch them. I'll check them after 10 minutes and see where we are with our bars and see what they look like. And if they look done to me, then I'm going to go ahead and pull them. If they need a little bit more time, then we'll give it a little bit more. But I think these look incredible. They smell so good. Here, I'm going to use my scoop, and I'm also going to use my wooden, I use this for my brownie pan, for my mini muffin pan. This is what I use to really pack down dough and stuff. So I'm going to use this to really pack these down in here. So I want to make sure I get them nice and full. Takes a couple of minutes to do this, but this is what's going to pay off in the end, is being able to really get them packed down in this bar maker, just like that. See how nice and even they're packed down in there? That's exactly what we want.
So let's come together. Yeah, let's come together. We'll lift our hands up and pray. Lay all our love before Him with all of our faith. He is the change within us. There is a light. Let Him lead the way. Lift our hands up and pray today. Oh, pray. Oh, pray.
I think I am gonna go ahead and put them in the refrigerator just to let them really set up and come together before I try to pop them out of this bar pan. But I think these look great. I'm just hoping that they turn out just as well when they come out of the oven. All right, friends, I just pulled the first batch out of the oven. They smell incredible. I think they're gonna be super good. We need to let these sit and completely cool. The other batch just went in the oven. I ended up making a third batch, so I actually tripled this batch. 1 or 2 batches, a double batch gave me about 1.5 pans. So I wanted to have plenty. I wanted to be able to give my friend at least a dozen bars and be able to have at least a dozen bars for my husband to have. So I went ahead and did a third batch real quick. So I will leave the original recipe in the description box for you guys for these bars. You guys can make them yourself, and I think they're gonna be incredible. I'm super excited that I was able to remember that I had this bar pan and put them in there. That's a game changer for these, but you do not have to have it. You can totally put these in a shallow like sheet pan. You can put them into a casserole dish. You can put them in anything you want to, whatever you want to. You can put them in those, they'll be fine. They're gonna taste the same. I just thought it would be fun since he wanted me to, he's paying me to do these. I want these to look really nice for him. So I wanted to do them actually in a bar form. And so I remembered I had that pan. So now let's get our cookies going while our second batch of bars are in the oven. Hopefully we can have those done and scooped out and ready to go in the oven when those bars come out, so we can finish this project and move on with the rest of our day. So let's get our cookies made. All right, friends, we are gonna start our sea salt butterscotch chocolate chip cookies. These are gonna be incredible. My husband's gonna love them. I'm gonna use my Fleur de Sel salt again to put on top of them. So let's get these cookies made. They're super simple and they're gonna be delicious. So I've got my mixer. We're gonna put in our, I'm actually doubling this batch just like I did the bars, just because I feel like I need to. I will probably end up gifting some of these cookies to some friends on Sunday, so that's going to be totally fine. I'll keep some for my husband and we'll just give away a few. I just love, when I do a lot of baking like this, I just love to be able to gift these things to people, to our friends and family. So we've got 1 cup of butter, we've got 1 cup of sugar, and as I said, I'm doubling this recipe, so all of these measurements are doubled. We've got a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar, and we've got 2 eggs. We're gonna beat all of these together really well. As I said, these are super simple cookies. Not a whole lot of ingredients, but they're gonna be delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and mix all this together really well. Okay, that looks perfect, nice and fluffy. Let's get the rest of our stuff put in. We need 1 teaspoon of baking soda. My baking soda is a little bit clumpy. So there's our teaspoon of baking soda. We need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And I just filled my flour container. I'll lift this up so I don't get flour on everything. There's 1 cup. There's 2. There's 3. We need a little bit of salt. I'm not going to go super heavy on the salt right now because we are going to put that Fleur de Sel on top. All right, we don't want to overmix this because we'll end up with tough cookies. We're going to put in a full pack of butterscotch chips. I love the smell of butterscotch. All right, got all of those in there. Now we need 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. ahead and put our chocolate chips in. All right, we're gonna just very gently mix these. All right, let's get our cookies scooped. We have our pans lined with some parchment. I'm just gonna give these one quick little stir with a spatula just to make sure that I'm not losing any of my chips down in the bottom of my bowl, or that I don't have any dry flour down here that needs to be distributed. I think it looks really good. I'm gonna check my bars real quick. They need a couple more minutes. We can get our cookies scooped. Not sure how much these are gonna spread, so I wanna be really careful to not put them too close together, at least for the first pan, just so I can check when these come out and see how far they spread out. Super excited for these. And I'm not gonna put our fleur de sel on until they come out of the oven. That'll be the last thing we do, is put a little bit of fleur de sel salt on top of these just to finish them off. All right, friends, our first batch cookies are out of the oven. We're gonna finish these with a little bit of our fleur de sel salt, and we're gonna put them on a cooling rack, and we're gonna get another batch in the oven. You can see how beautiful these cookies are. We have our fleur de sel salt, and like I said, we're just gonna put a little bit. We don't want a bunch. It's just supposed to give us that little bit of a contrast. Kind of a chunk in that salt, so I don't want to use that. And it's a good idea to put it on these cookies while they're a little bit warm, so that that salt kind of sticks to the cookie. We're gonna get these onto our cooling rack, and then we're gonna get another batch in the oven. I'm telling you, friends, these smell incredible. All right, let's get another batch in the oven. All right, friends, our cookies are out of the oven and they smell amazing. I think we need to give it a taste. This right here looks like a perfect bite to me. A little bit of butterscotch, a little bit of chocolate. So good, friends. Oh my goodness. Those are incredible. We are gonna get our bars dipped in the dark chocolate so we can get those cooling the rest of the way. Those turned out amazing. Super excited to gift those to a friend, as well as have some for my husband. So let's get those finished. All right, friends, our kind bars are ready to go. We're gonna get these dipped, the backs of them or the bottoms of these, we're gonna get them dipped in some dark chocolate and possibly a little drizzle on them. We'll see how much chocolate we have. We're just using a Ghirardelli dark chocolate melting wafer. This is my favorite dark chocolate to use for dipping or any of those things. I do chocolate dipped strawberries, and this is what I use. It's my favorite. So we're gonna put a decent amount in here. We're gonna microwave this for 30 seconds, 30-second intervals to melt it. You wanna watch it really close because chocolate can burn super, super quick, and then you've ruined it, and they are bitter. They are not tasty. And we are going for a tasty, tasty granola bar. So let's start melting these real quick. So I want to tell you really quick, in case you missed it, we did a live yesterday afternoon. We cooked dinner together, and that chicken was phenomenal. It was so good. Hubby was so excited when he got home. The rice was good, but the chicken was phenomenal. You have to try that chicken. I will leave a link in the description box of this video for that live that we did yesterday, along with the recipe for the chicken and the recipe for the beverage that we did. That was so refreshing and so good. It was a nice warm spring evening here, in the Northwest where I live, and so it was absolutely perfect to have that combination of fresh strawberries and lemonade and some fresh lime juice and that little bit of sparkling strawberry water was absolutely perfect for last night. So hubby and I really enjoyed that. It was just super nice evening. I wish we would have eaten outside, but we didn't think that far ahead. It was just too, I don't know, yesterday was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I shared yesterday on the live video that I lost a sweet friend from my childhood. I've known him since I was 5, and we grew up together. We went to school together, and it was just heartbreaking this week to lose him. He left his wife and 3 precious kiddos, and so it's been a rough week. And so I was excited that I got to do the live yesterday and hang out with you guys a little bit, because as I said, I was just really having a rough week, and so it was kind of fun to get on there and chat with some of you yesterday. I'm planning to do more of those lives. I would love to do them every couple of weeks if I can fit it into my schedule, but we will see what happens with that. So we got our chocolate melted. Let's get these bars dipped so we can let them fully set up. My friend is super excited to have these. Part of these bars are for my husband, the other part is for him, and so these are going to be super tasty. I tried something different with this one, doing them on the pan, or doing in my bar pan, my snack bar pan. Not quite sure how I like it. I will let him taste them and see if he likes this version versus the one that we did in the just the Pyrex pan. So they're a little bit thicker, they're more chewy than they are crispy. It just depends. My husband loves them crispy, so we'll see how my friend likes them. But let's get them dipped so we can get these finished. So we've just got our bars here. I'm gonna move this over a little bit so you guys can see. We've got our dark chocolate right here. And so we're just gonna take these bars and we're just gonna dip the bottoms just like that. And we're gonna set them right on our parchment paper, and the dark chocolate is gonna firm up. They're gonna be incredible. And I do think we'll have enough chocolate here to do a little bit of a drizzle on top of them to give them a little bit more of a finished look. These were super easy, friends. These bars were so easy to do. They took almost no time at all. And they are going to be super tasty. I love the look of them. And I like how we changed the way we did them before, where we did whole almonds in them instead. And this time I chopped most of the almonds, just gave them a really rough chop. And it works. I think it works a whole lot better myself. I like it better. So they are a little bit crunchy, but I think they're going to be fine.
Everyone needs a shoulder to cry on. Everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one. We'll lift our hands up.
So there's that one. We are going to have plenty of chocolate to do a nice little drizzle on the bottom of these, or I mean on the tops. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna use my spatula. It's getting down to the bottom of the bowl, so. Okay, just like that. So we've got a little bit of chocolate. I think I'm gonna grab a spoon. I tend to have better luck drizzling with a spoon than I do. So we're just gonna do, like I said, just a little finishing drizzle on these just to make them look beautiful. Not going for a lot of chocolate on the top, just a little bit. I just think it makes them look finished. I think we melted just the right amount. We've got just enough here to do these last couple of bars on this end over here. Just like that, friends. Those were so easy. And they look, to me, I think they look way better than anything you'd buy in the store. All right, friends, here are our delicious kind bars ready to go. They smell really good. They taste really good. Super excited to give these to my friend tomorrow at church. He's gonna love them. Saving a few back for hubby, so he'll have some for his lunch for this next week. So we made our delicious cookies. We made our delicious kind bars. Our Copycat kind bars. That's what they are. But these are super delicious, super easy to make. I hope you guys will give this recipe a try. I will leave this recipe as well as the cookie recipe in the description box for you guys to give those a try. Let me know how you like them. And friends, thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me in my kitchen, see what I'm cooking, see what we're doing, come hang out with me. I love getting to chat with you guys in the comments, so please leave me some comments down below. If you've tried Copycat granola bars, if you have a favorite one that you make, if you're gonna try these, let me know. When you do try them, let me know how you like them. And if you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. So I'd love to have you part of our YouTube family. Hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. And friends, we will talk to you guys in the comments. Have a great day and God bless.
Need someone to rely on. Yes, everyone needs a friend. So let's come together, celebrate each other, stand united as one.